me now from Washington is Vermont's independent senator and chairman of the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee, Bernie Sanders. Congressman Sanders, thank you so much for joining me. You've been playing a critical role in all of this. Are you satisfied with the White House's response?
Well, I think what the president said was absolutely strong, and I think it was appropriate. The United States of America has a moral responsibility to make sure that every man and woman who's put their lives on the line to defend this country gets the quality health care that he or she needs. The truth of the matter is, and we just had a hearing on many of these issues on last Thursday, all of the veterans organizations who testified said that once veterans get into the VA health care system, the quality of care that they are getting is good or very good. And in fact, a lot of independent surveys indicate that VA health care holds up well or better than care in the private sector. Alex, the problem that we are having is that there are, it appears, waiting lists that are much too long in various parts of the country. And we've got to determine right now how significant that problem is, where those waiting lists exist. We have to determine whether or not the VA needs more resources, given the fact that in the last 3 or 4 years we've seen some 2 million more people come into the VA healthcare system. We have to see if the VA is using and allocating their resources appropriately. Do we have enough people in this community and maybe too many in that community? We also have to deal with the fact that there are some people who may not be doing their jobs adequately, who should be removed. And we have to figure out how we do that as well.
Senator, I think a lot of folks are distressed with the news of these allegations. Even perhaps more distressing is that the VA has known about this for several years. The Washington Post has a headline today saying that VA knew of records manipulation in the year 2010. The American Legion was not happy with the White House response. Basically, they said words are nice, but when will the VA's house be cleansed? And one kind of understands that frustration. If, in fact, the VA knew about this 4 years ago, how has more not been done?
Well, that's the question. And I think the answer is that right now we have got to hold people accountable for not taking the kind of actions that should be done. But, we have to also put VA health care into a broader national context. And that is that we are the only country in the industrialized world that doesn't guarantee health care to all of our people. That in terms of what goes on in hospitals, we lose between 200,000 and 400,000 people a year because of problems within hospitals. So the point is that the VA has got to do better. The point is that as a nation, we have got to do better.
And I think that's a very fair point, and one that I hope the Democrats make, which is that in Republican-held legislatures and Republican governors across the country who have denied the expansion of Medicaid have left 258,000, nearly 259,000 veterans out in the cold at the same time that they are preaching about better care for America's veterans.
Well, Alex, it's not only that. I mean, if you look at the Ryan budget, these guys in the House are ending Medicare as we know it, trying to make it into a voucher program, massive cuts in Medicaid, and you're right, not expanding Medicaid to many states and to many people. So the point is that as a nation, our job must be to improve quality health care, in my view, for all people as a right. Certainly within the VA, there is, as the president indicated, a sacred responsibility. So the issues that we're looking at have got to be, does the VA have the resources that they need? Are they using the resources that they have effectively? And how, in fact, do we create a situation where every veteran in this country who wants to utilize the VA can get in there in a timely manner and get the quality care he or she deserves?
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, thank you, as always, for your time.
Thank you.
Coming up, Boko Haram.